A new update is here, bringing us a new commander, a new bowman weapon, dragon skill presets, along with improvements to Lost Realm trials, and all-out war changes and improvements. We have some to cover, so let's begin. Starting ourselves off with the new commander, Vorian. A new commander with the counter damage increase stats. This time for the bleed lineup, he is a replacement for Rie in top lineups. His skill may have some mistranslations, so we will be explaining it through how it reads and likely works. So keep in mind till we start seeing reports of him in action. This will be just what we know from his commander tab. Full commander video out soon. Vorian's main appeal will be his counter damage increase of 15% for infantry against cavalry, which will be up to 24% at max level. And his awakening ability has 3 main parts. Firstly, for every 3 cumulative attacks from all your infantry lineups, launches a crit at 180% damage. All crits triggered by Vorian's line will deal an extra 40% damage. And lastly, every crit our lines deal, that line gains a damage rebound effect, which will reflect 50% damage from the next time they're attacked. Just as a little side note, nowhere does it say Vorian silences himself, so he can work with other lineups if you really wanted to. But ultimately, he is a heavy bleed commander, with a very strong stat kit, a new type of reflect damage, and a self-buffer to his line's critical attacks. A strong addition to the bleed synergy, meant to combat the weakness lineup and Sorarer's dominance in the current meta. Next, Sansa's weapons will be added to the game, and this is passive stat weapon like Sheila or Soren's, so no base attack can be rolled here. This weapon will give 25% bowman attack, 50%, costing 40 tokens to reroll. Available to be purchased in the recruitment pass shop, costing 200 per fragment or 20,000 for it at base level. At base level, this weapon will give Sansa an extra 10,000 to her hospital capacity, 20,000 to her shelter capacity, and a bonus of 5% most to total hospital capacity. At max level, her total stats are 100,000 hospital cap, 200,000 shelter cap, and 10% total hospital capacity. Overall, for a lot of players, this will not be priority. But for hunters or high-level players who want the bonus to their hospital capacities, or even just the extra shelter to hold more troops for raids, this then will be a solid weapon. The dragon skill presets are a neat addition to our dragon kits. Now we can swap in between skill for our multiple lines. Don't like having bleeds dragon follow up on our weakness setup. Now this can be changed. More of a quality of life change. It will be a great addition for those who do play multiple lineups, and maximizing the effects and buffs, especially from our dragon skills, is always a bonus. There are a total of 4 different presets we can create, and this is for all our dragons, so each configuration sorts all dragons and not one specific. Just bear that in mind. Next, the main quality of life improvement for Lost Realms. Well, now they will show a halo to display the boss's selectable area of attack. Now easier to see where to select to attack instead of your armies walking straight into the realm boss and dying from some super attack. And finally, for the all-out war additions. Now, an icon will display the status of our gathering troops. This is more than likely an indicator how much they have gathered out of their total. Next, a search option for the Twin Dragon Guards. Adjusting the colors for some of factions. This is an important changes, especially for the top leagues, where usually it isn't split between 8 factions, instead being 2 or maybe 3 sides all fighting. The scale of battles are massive, and the color difference has always been an issue, a sort of friendly fire. Some factions look too similar, so this change should make each team a lot more clear. The addition of managing troops in players' custody due to rally cancel. This also would extend to if the rally leader is in the event killed and the rally is disbanded. Likely this will be setting for what the troops will do after this happens. Our idea for this will be some return to closest building, or an auto-aggressive battle stance. Rallies are a big part of battle in this event. The ability to transport many armies across the map without those individuals being online and being under the control of one person is very valuable, especially when a lot of players cannot be active all times. So a Manage tab to select how your armies will behave once a rally is either cancelled or the lead is killed will be a great addition to this event. Next, adding status displays for buildings and countdown timers for upgrading buildings. And lastly, adding the Twin Dragon Daily tab, which we could guess just shows all major events from that day like faction battles and maybe contributions. Overall, this update is shaking up the top meta with a new powerful bleed commander and quality of life additions for the coming all-out war event. will be excited to fully explore the new commander once he is released fully, and like to see how well improved All Out War is from the previous season. Thanks for watching.